Hey, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of Storytelling Spotlight. It's like a mouthful. I'm like, I've never done these videos before. This is going to be tricky. Okay, anyway, so I read the Prelude to Danger Girl last night. This will be definitely a multi-part series. But anyway, so I'm going through my absolute, I took the dust jacket off. But anyway, so this is the prologue. It's really, really good. Excuse the glare. I'll try to get shots where it's not. So anyway, cover image, very, very nice. Focuses on Abby Chase. Great shot of her. She looks like she's, powerful, but, maybe something's going on behind her. She's looking back, she's ready to go, though. She doesn't look helpless. But anyway, so we get inside with this great, great opening splash page. I mean, I love, assuming they're crocodiles. Alligators could be too, but crocodiles are man-eaters. But, okay, I'm going to explain some things I noticed in this drawing. All right, so anyway, everything kind of points towards Abby. He has these very, very stylish swirls in the water. But do you see, like, the two underneath the gun? They're all going towards Abby. Even the shapes. Here, I'm going to use a pointer. I'm going to switch hands with my phone. I mean, everything is kind of going towards Abby's face, and that's really what he wants you to look at. Everything leads to her. It's very, very nicely drawn. There's just enough detail. Again, the water's very stylish. It's got this great graphic nature to it with the black, and then the color for the white areas. The gun's pointing at her. She looks like she's in distress, but it's not like over the top. And then we've got someone off camera saying Abby Chase. All right, so let's go to the next page. So when I got to this page, I'm going to tell you where my eyes looked and things like that. So anyway, the first thing that I was looking at was, bam, him. You got this nice shot, full figure of him standing there. It's a little unusual that he's facing off the page. I don't know if in the original book that's where it sat. Sometimes in these trades, pages get collated, meaning like they fall different. It's not bad by any means, but it is unusual. But I mean, he is facing her, and anyway, so the dialogue is actually quite funny. But you definitely pause on this shot. He's outside the panels. He's sitting there. He's very, very graphic. So it's just this nice sort of like, okay, who's this dude? He's got a skull, a gun, and like an eye patch. I mean, you definitely know something's up. All right, so we get to this top panel. It's funny because it's got quite a bit of dialogue, small drawings, some nice detail. You can still see the crocodiles sort of milling around in the water. You move through this panel quite fast, and I didn't find myself actually looking at the art that long. I did look at the foliage a bit up there. I thought it was kind of interesting, but really overall, that was a quick panel for me in terms of time that I spent on it. The reading it took longer, and then you really freeze on this face. It was cool that there was just this nice beat where you got through this, and you were able to enjoy this. This panel went pretty fast for me. I read through it pretty quick. And again, this was another panel where you stop at, and it's not because of the boobs, but it was just kind of like everything was sort of aimed at her figure. So this book is more slippery. It's trying to slide down my desk. But anyway, you've got the hand here holding her. This arm is being held. This, and even the skull, it just all kind of works together, and it keeps you. I'm gonna stick a kneaded eraser here because this book keeps pulling and fall. It's annoying. Like I said, I'll work out the bugs on this in future videos. And then you've got this shot of him, and the dialogue is actually very, very funny. I forgot how much I enjoyed this comic, and it really, I mean, it's kind of like a very good video game or movie where you're in it right away. Like 2 minutes in, you're like, I like this. I can't wait to read more. You're enjoying the characters. Everything is just on. This was a great, great little sequence up here. You've got Abby, basically like verbally fighting back with him, and then she kicks him, and this goes really, really quick. It was super cool, where it was like you freeze here, bam, the nut cracks. This is all very, very fast, and then him on the ground, writhing in pain. But this was a great sequence, and I mean how he placed everything. Just there's this nice flow that takes you up here, and then this shape kind of starts to bring you back around here. Then you've got a pause beat, and actually this was in the Danger Girl sketchbook, this panel we saw, so you can always resort back to that and see where he added more detail to the original sketch drawing. You've got this nice shot, and again, I mean, there's really nice shapes going on here. He's got this. Do you see? It all pulls you back right to this panel. Very, very nicely done. So we've got sweep, zoom, zoom, boom. Takes you right there. Jeff knows what time it is. It's time to do good storytelling and panel layouts. And then again, you get a pause on this. And this was great too. I loved the numbers appearing here. And as a matter of fact, when I did this and I got through this, it was really cool. And it gets bigger. And this was great. This was really, really good. When you read it and then the D going off, I mean, even great lettering, everything propels the storytelling in a comic like this, just, really, really nicely. This is a great shot. You kind of get through it fast. He brings you right back into the action. Boom. I loved the crocodiles behind the glass reacting. I thought that this, just enough background, you didn't have to overdo it. You've got this very stylish water again with him. It's got nice shapes going here. You've got him going down the chute. A nice pause where these guys are showing up, and you can kind of tell that they're coming into the scene because of the direction that they're going. I think that that's a very, very good call of the positioning of them in terms of, they're coming from off camera. It really worked for me. This is nice. And then her leaping over the fence. It's like you're like, whoa, okay, she's going to go in with the crocodiles. And then sure enough, she does. And then it's bam, bam, bam. I mean, I miss this kind of stuff in comics, honestly. I mean, Jeff is a really, really great combination of like monster skills, fun, and then just attractive drawings. It's like he kind of gives it to you all. Really, really nice. Again, nice sweeping flow. I mean, you've just got these killer zigzags that just, kind of bring you right up to her face. Boom. You get a nice pause here. Ta-da, the Jeep. And he's still sliding. Love this little face, too. Very, very nice. It's just quality stuff. Again, just enough detail. He doesn't overdraw. There's a lot of detail in this stuff. I'm not going to say that Jeff's stuff isn't detailed. It is detailed. No doubt. This was a great page. Man, talk about stylish lines. I mean, everything here is just curved and really cool. You could tell he had a lot of fun with this. So you've got this great shot of him going down. And you could even argue that because this is a different sequence that this is his whole moment. You really get to kind of skip ahead to this panel for a second. But look at these shapes. He's got, so the very stretched out like S curve here. He's got this, zoom, 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 all this cool water. It comes sweeping around this way. The water's reacting, lifting up and shooting around. And then, bam, you get this. He's got these nice circles. Really cool, like worm's eye view. We're very, very low in the shot. So, it gives a sense of drama. This is really nice. The house up here, very nice attention to detail, but not overdrawn. He didn't feel like he had to draw the whole house. That there's items in here, and probably like what the bad guys were up to is probably stashed here. And then she's behind the wheel now, and we're ready to take care of business. And this is a great cut too. I love this. Okay, so now we've got Sydney and everyone in the helicopter. Really, just look at that. And it doesn't look photo referenced. It doesn't look like he just light boxed, some, 3D model. I mean, it looks drawn. It looks like a J. Scott Campbell drawing. He's got the, these are very iconic sort of shapes and things that he uses, even on clothing. If you look here, you can kind of see these similar things. So he keeps his style consistent throughout what he does. I thought this was awesome too. Talk about characterization. So anyway, no real detail of the faces, at least as far as I can tell here. So check this out. This is really great. So Sydney, she's on it. She definitely looks concerned. She's focused in on the computer. But Natasha's like this badass, kind of distant character. Look at her face here. I mean, her head's down. Her eye isn't really open. She already looks mysterious. And this is the first time that you're seeing her in the book. I thought that was so clever. A little bit of detail down here. Of course, the phone has to ring in the background. And we're going to start wrapping this up in a second, okay? And then really, really cool shot. We're actually kind of slightly above them, looking down, like we're almost like sitting to the right of her, but a little in front of her and a little above them. Very, very cool. Got the detail of the house. Like now there's a fire going. Great down shot of Abby, speeding away down this thing. He's on the speedboat. I mean, she's basically chasing him. Time to haul ass. She does it, and then it's like, uh-oh. And then around the corner. Now we've got another vehicle coming into the scene. The guys. They're after her too, which is interesting. I'm losing it. And then she goes off the cliff. And I mean, talk about a great teaser for a book. I mean, if you read this, you're definitely buying the next first issue. Fantastic perspective shot of the Jeep. Again, it looks hand-drawn. He worked out, of an original drawing, put in all the Jeep detail that you would need to know that it's a Jeep. Has it at an interesting angle. Some nice detail on the rocks that are a little different than some of the other textures that he uses. Credit to Alex Garner too on that. Boom. So we're going to end it here, but I am going to just show you one little teaser of the next. Oh, isn't it? Okay, never mind. We'll just leave it here. But anyway, so this is where Abby winds up at the end of the prologue. And I think, it's just really, really well done. Jeff almost makes it look so effortless. It's hard to dissect it in a way because it's like perfect. He did perfect work in his style on this. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that gives you a little tiny bit of insight into things. Please ask questions. The dialogue that we get going between us is going to make these videos better and better because you can go, hey, you never really addressed this, or you kind of glossed over this. I don't really understand such and such. So, again, we're kind of trying to focus on the storytelling, not specifically drawing like anatomy and stuff like that right now. So this is just looking at like camera shots, the pacing, choices of panel size, like when they're used. And again, there's going to be a learning curve and a growth curve for me doing these. But thank you for tuning in. Smash the like. This weekend, I will start to do issue 1 of Danger Girl, which was the goal. But there was no reason not to do the prologue because it's so tied in to the beginning of the book. So I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for tuning in. I will talk to you all probably tomorrow. Bye. J. Scott Campbell links in the description below, by the way, and a link to the Danger Girl sketchbook. Open that book that I did. Okay? Thank you for tuning in. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.